I'm Lisa Miola, and this is Just Yoga. What I'd like to share with you today is a brief workout for the lower back. This can be done in the morning, in the evening, whatever works for you. So let's get started. We'll start off just in an easy seated position on your mat or cushion, and we're just going to make some nice, slow torso circles. Just warming up the body a little bit. They don't have to be too deep. Even breathing. And let's swap direction. Coming back to the center. And then just making some gentle lateral movements of the spine. So just alternating left and right. And I'll tell you why I'm so grateful for this practice. I was told by an orthopedist that I needed surgery. And he would not give me any more injections for my lower back. And then I met the surgeon, and he said, if I found the right physical therapist and I did what I was supposed to and stay with it, I would not need surgery. And that's exactly what I did. And it's been 3 years. And taking a few moments every day is worth it. Because even though I have friends that have had surgery and it's been successful, I've heard more negative stories than positive ones. Okay, so let's get on all fours into a tabletop position. And we're going to move through some cat-cows. So starting on all fours, shoulders are over the wrists, spreading the fingers wide. We're going to round the spine, tuck the chin, moving into our cat, pushing the earth away. And then flowing through the breath, arching the spine and gently gazing toward the ceiling. So we're not throwing the head back. We're just gazing toward the ceiling, not at the ceiling. So maybe where the wall meets the ceiling. And finding your flow, inhale and exhale. Again, just warming up the spine. So wherever you are, let's come back into that tabletop position. And let's just start to look over the shoulder towards the heels. Nice and slow, left and right. Making that S shape with the spine gently. Excellent. So I have a pad for my knees. That's up to you if you'd like to use one. So just giving the wrists a little break here, I'm going to move into a hip flexor stretch. So that takes some of the pressure off the lower back. So even though there are a lot of yoga poses that do stretch the hip flexor, being on the ground really isolates it. So taking that left foot, knee over the ankle, and scooping the pelvis forward. And just very gently stretching that hip flexor. So you're not leaning forward, you're staying tall and strong. Let's breathe some light and love into that space. And let's swap sides. Again, making sure we have good alignment, good posture, and scooping that pelvis forward and feeling that wonderful, delicious stretch right here, hip flexor. So relaxing that. So now we'll do some spinal stabilization. So we're going to go back into that tabletop position. And we're going to reach forward, right hand, left leg, reaching, not going any higher than the hip, and swap. And just flowing through, left and right. So making sure that the heels are up, your toes are pointing down, thumbs are up, feel strong and energetic. And move gently using the breath. Last one. Excellent. So we're going to move into a modified plank. So we're trying to tighten up the core. So the goal is not to strengthen the shoulders. The goal is to tighten up the abdomen. So we're going to go on our forearms, lace fingers together into that plank position. And then we're just going to tap the knees down, push it up. Again, down, push it up. We're going to repeat this 10 times. Keep those abs tight. This is 4. And press. 5, 6, 7, 10. Excellent. So what I found was repetitions. My physical therapist says the repetitions were better for my back than just trying to hold a plank for something like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Repetitions were a lot better, and I found that I could really feel that in my core. So now we'll work these obliques a little bit. So again, we're going to use a side plank, but modified because I just want to focus on those muscles, and we're not really going to focus on the arm strength. So coming into the forearm, extending the legs, and just pushing up. Tap it down, press it up. We're going to go for 10. If you want, you can add some arms, make it fun. And 10, ta-da! All right, let's go to the other side. Sometimes I'll do just half and half just to mix it up a little bit. So 5, 'and then I'll add my arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. So now we're going to come into our standing position on the mats. And we're just going to try to come up with a balance pose that's just going to strengthen the hips a little bit. So let's work with tree pose. Okay. So toes are in the mat, knee comes to the side, and then you are the yogi, so you decide how far up you'd like to go. So we can bring it to the calf, you can bring it to the thigh, just don't bring it to the knee. And this right hip is staying strong. It's not sassy, it's strong. And we're breathing. So trying to hold for 20, 30 seconds, or 5 breaths, 4 breaths if we don't have a clock nearby. Coming out. Other side. So right toes in the mat, knees to the side, and then you decide how high up we're going to go. And we're breathing. And coming out. Excellent. So let's make our way down to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back, 1 knee, 2 knee. We'll cross the ankles and come into a nice seated position. So let's extend the left leg, and we're going to take this right leg, step it over, just going into a little bit of a twist. So wrapping the left arm around, right hand goes behind you. We're going to get as tall as we can, flex that foot, and just a little twist. So focusing more on stretching the hip than twisting the spine. and let it go. Coming back through the center, let's do the same on the other side. So taking that left leg up and over, hugging with the right hand. Left hand goes behind. And again, mild stretch to the left, stretching that hip. Floating back to the center. Let's take this right leg under, heel towards the butt. The same thing with the left. Getting as tall as we can. Knees are over one another. And we're just gonna spider web our fingers and just coming a little forward until we feel a nice stretch over on the left in that piriformis. Oh. So just breathing and melting. It should feel wonderful, not painful. If it's painful, then we're going to want to back up a little bit. Nice and easy, walking it back. And we'll do the same. So taking that left leg under, right one on top, heels towards the butt. You can move the flesh of your bottom aside. And then again, spider walk forward just a little bit at a time. You'll feel this on the right. Oh, it feels so good. Oh. And a little bit at a time, coming back. So now, if you'd like to come into a nice, easy seated position, I will add, it's been recommended that sitting too long or standing too long is going to put a little bit of pressure on the back. So if you can get up and move as often as possible, that's also going to help your lower back. If you can't do these exercises every day, try to walk 20, 30 minutes just to keep the body moving. I think that was just the key. So I've tried to live by those rules, and I've been a lot happier since I started doing so. So I hope this has been helpful to you. And we bring our palms together. I thank you for sharing this time and space with me. And the light in my heart reaches out with love and gratitude to the light in each of yours. I bid you namaste. I'll see you soon.